Hello and welcome to this Argos Multilingual introductory webcast about translation memory and how this fits into your high-quality localization program. In this first webcast, we'll explore what translation memory, known colloquially as TM, is and what it isn't, and summarize its benefits. So, what is translation memory? Translation memory, also referred to as TM, is a database which stores both source and target text units, called segments, so that they can be recalled during the translation process using a computer-aided translation tool, also known as a CAT tool. Each CAT tool uses parsers to split text into segments. Segments are chunks of text, often sentences, phrases, or terms. The CAT tool is also the interface used by linguists to perform the translation. CAT tools enable linguists to both speed up and increase the consistency of their work. As the linguist performs the translation, already translated segments from the TMs are inserted in the translation interface. Furthermore, newly translated segments are added to the database. This means that when either a similar or identical segment is encountered later in the text, the linguist is served with the existing translated material automatically, so that less effort is required to translate the new segment. Imagine a linguist that translates a user guide for a client who makes television sets. The client actually makes multiple different television sets and updates its product lines at least once a year with new features. When the client wants to translate a user guide for a new model of its television sets, much of the text which has already been translated is likely to be either identical or similar to what has been translated before. Likewise, when the client updates a product with a new feature, it won't discard all the existing source content and write its user documentation from scratch, because the earlier model will still have much of the existing functionality of the new set. A translation memory allows the linguist to reuse text which is repeated verbatim from the earlier translations. What's more, it also supplies the linguist with existing translations which are nearly the same as those translated previously. These are called fuzzy matches. CAT tools use algorithms to establish how close a fuzzy match is to the earlier translation, and assigns a percentage value to each fuzzy match segment that represents how closely the existing text matches the new. The example on this slide shows how the text of a new user guide for the example television set reuses the existing source content. This takes a translator less time to translate correctly. You should not confuse TM with machine translation, also known as MT. TM is a database of translations created by human linguists, which is used by human linguists to make the translation process faster, more efficient, and of a more consistent quality. Meanwhile, MT is an automated translation performed by computer software without the involvement of human linguists. TMs are not only useful when they have existing translations already included. Even working with an empty TM can help a translator complete their work more quickly and to a more consistent quality. As a linguist translates, the TM becomes automatically updated. This means that when there's repeated text or similar segments, the translation memory will offer existing relevant matches to the translator. Moreover, when a file contains many repetitions, once a translator confirms the first identical repetition, CAT tools can auto-propagate any other identical repetitions for the linguist. Finally, even empty TMs allow linguists to auto-substitute segments which are dates or numbers. These are then automatically offered to the linguist using the date or numbering conventions of the target language. TM is not only useful for repetitive texts. TMs are useful for repetitive content. However, modern CAT tools provide linguists with a suite of useful tools which help productivity and quality even when there are few repetitions. For example, they allow linguists to quickly identify and fix segments which have been accidentally skipped. CAT tools include a series of automated QA checks which allow linguists to quickly check for spelling and grammar errors, as well as extra spaces or numbering issues. CAT tools allow the linguist to work with integrated terminology glossaries. Glossaries can be used in a similar way to translation memory databases. When a key term is encountered, the translated approved term will be offered to the linguist. So what are some of the benefits of creating and using translation memory? TMs help you to speed up the production of consistent, high-quality translation while also reducing costs. This means that you can publish high-quality localized materials more quickly while controlling costs. TMs are databases of existing translations which allow your language service provider to reuse existing translations easily. So when you update your product's documentation, you know that existing materials can be reused, helping you to keep costs down and speeding up the process. TMs are great for easily dealing with repeated text in your documents. If your materials contain repeated text, TMs will help keep the costs down and speed up their translation. Thank you for watching our webcast. For more information on how we can help your business to grow, visit us at www.argosmultilingual.com.